All right, New Year 2020. This is a list. If you notice, my channel has a big blank in December. All of this was written up in November. Wanted to get it out. Didn't. Still want to get this out there. Maybe it'll become a January 1st thing. I want to keep the reasons thing. Not that much overlay in it. But the timing, this is supposed to be the 1st of December, and the other one was supposed to be New Year's. But this reflection of 2019, my awards of stuff I purchased, got some rules here. This is the first year, and I plan on continuing this, but quick. Rules are bottles for my collection, so I have to own at least 5 mil or more. I never put the quantity, but there are travel sizes I have 5 mil of that are very expensive. That so that's let's go with 5 mil for this year. It covers that. November 1st is the cutoff. November 1st from last year to November 1st from this year. I have to have time to wear it and whatnot. I have a few that were bought in the last 2 months that I don't have the 5 wearings, and I don't think it justifies it. I'm not going to just put them on here. So next year, if they hold up, they should hold up for next year. So those are the quick rules I have for these awards. Purchase the bottle. I hope I get to one day. I tell many people I come from cigar reviews, which is way more refined and advanced just because it had to be. There just wasn't as much information, so we kind of banded together online, and they really are exhaustive on their awards. And I hope someday to get to that level where I can make it releases in a year, but that's just almost impossible right now, just sampling and whatnot. So it's what I purchased from them to them. So that being said, let's get in a list. I want this to go quick, as the 19 reasons was kind of long, and it should be quick. So without further ado, my awards for the year. I'll try to add categories. It's pretty exhaustive. I've had this list going the whole year and refined it back and forth. Couple of my favorite ingredients, couple of my favorite compositions, that kind of thing. So you'll see what it is. If you want to contribute of something I'm missing for next year, thoughts on that, we'll put it in and we'll do it. So I'm open to social media commenting. My starting off, top oud perfume purchase of the year. This is from November last year. So their new release didn't make this, so it's their last year release. If anybody catching my oud reviews knows already, it's Musc Oud Maharaja. Just gorgeous. It's iris and oud creating a perfect marriage, backed by well thought out synthetic ambergris and musk, animalic musk, that just reflect these heavy naturals all together. Look at the color of the juice. They do a yearly release. I have this year's release. I got it after November. So maybe next year it'll hold out. It's good too, but Musc Oud Maharaja, hands down, just as far as a total composition and what it does, the mixture of oud in this. Best oud perfume purchased. Next, top leather fragrance purchased. Sultan leather Attar. EO1 I had first. The Attar was out. I mean, it's when he stocks it, grab it. It sells out quick. It comes in a 3 ml like that with the dabber. It's an Attar. I've told how to put Attars on many times. I think the ratio is 1 ml to 10 ml, so it's like on a 30 ml of regular stuff, and it is just a gorgeous meeting of a unisex leather. I mean, it's got the tough, rugged leather, and it's got these just soft spices that and rose that just mix together to create one of the just best leathers I own, bar none. It is just. I have a review of it. Check out the review. We can say more there. Best tobacco I purchased. Went back and forth on this, but as far as a tobacco note, I talked about this in my summer video, layering with this thing. It literally, it has to be this. Tobacco Nuit by Atelier. Just, it is what it is. It's tobacco. Just a gorgeous, well-chosen tobacco. Again, I'm heavy into cigars. I've smelled so many different tobaccos. It's an important aroma to me and to what I'm going for in my journey. And this year, this is hands down the best tobacco purchase I have. Best fragrance showcasing and ingredients. I think that's a good section for an award. Bogue Mem. And yeah, I created this, and it will be on here next year. So I'll choose something else that wasn't chosen. This isn't the best all time, but I don't know anything better that where a perfumer took an ingredient and really dissected it and just gave us a composition that reflects so many different layers and levels of and this is lavender. It's boozy, it's floral, it's animalic, it's soft. It's got that herbaceous lavender you're used to, but mixed with all this other dynamic layers of lavender against his house DNA. Just gorgeous. What an ingredient can be. And that's an important category for me for this channel. Best floral composition as a whole that I purchased. This was a tough one. Went back and forth, wore a couple, but it came down to this. 100% natural Slowdive by Hiram Green. Just gorgeous. Got the review up. Showcases so many florals against just a natural musk that what he is doing with naturals is unprecedented as far as longevity and projection and sillage goes. And Slowdive shows all of this in its glory as just soft, spicy island floral bouquet. Just gorgeous. Best overall composition. I fought with this one. This was hard. I could pick so many here. Case in point, Areej has already featured twice. Not going to put them on. I really, part of this is featuring a company. So I knocked some companies or put something else in another category, but keeping this category. This still tied with them. I mean, I have a few that just tied. Lamat's Menditarosa is another one that could have been mentioned here. Just a stellar composition. We're talking enjoyable wearing. We're talking just a brand new scent to the nose. Towers in the 25 almost made this position. But ultimately, I went with Frassai Tissiundu. It just, I don't know what, it evokes something in me of what perfume can be. They did my shout out when I said it reminds me of walking into a perfume store in Paris. Never been, but if I walked in there, I'd want to smell something this unique and powerful and pungent. And that's what Frassai's accord and is. And to me, this is my favorite from the house. So I put this best composition overall. So best limited release. This was created just to get this on there. And no matter what, this fought with composition, best composition. This thing is just gorgeous. This has been by Luc Attar. I mean, he said this is what vintage Shalimar smells like. I've never smelled vintage Shalimar, but this is one of my favorite perfumes I own in my collection. Landese 25. Finally, people start talking about the BIS. They have Landese BIS this year. It's different. There's some very, very few similarities, but it's different. I haven't tested. I don't know. I know this is gorgeous. So, yeah, best limited release from a company. Towers, Landese 25. There's a full review on that too. So best Fougere. I got a decant of this. It is gone. I don't know what happened to it. I wore it. I have a review of it, but I don't have it here to show. It's Teeman Cologne's Tabacorro. To me, it just hit every level correctly. Just a well thought out Fougere. I should go buy a bottle of this. If I can find another decant, I will. I want to own this, but Teeman Cologne's Tabacorro. I have a full review on it. Gets the best Fougere I put my nose on this year. Best Animalic that I purchased in that time frame. No surprise to people from the channel. EO2, Ensar Oud's heavy, long, emotional review on this. If you want to check more out, it's in the 19 Reasons list. It's got the musk hair in the bottom there, just thick musk, just what musk can be. Best Animalic I own, period. Best Attar composition. This is from, so this is another one that I only own. It's an Attar that I own. So it'd be equivalent to 5 ml. It would make it I think I got 5.005, it says, of the Attar. It is Sultan Pasha's Moonlit Reserve. Would be the best Attar that I've worn, purchased this year. I have many other Attars like Sultan Leather and whatnot, but what Sultan Pasha is doing, I mean, I had a hard enough time picking this one. There was 5 on there that I just bounced from. And that's why I really haven't focused on Sultan Pasha. It's just too much. Every time I'm just sampling way too much. His really takes time to ignore everything else. I mean, there's like 30 samples. And every time I hit them, I do them. But to get to that 5th wearing, it's taken me forever. And I haven't been able to make it. But Moonlit Reserve really stood out to me. And best Attar of the year for me. Best Accord, got to feature this company again. Won the award. Talked about it in the 19 Reasons video. Talked about it many times on Instagram. My followers know where I'm going. Should. Hyde, Hiram Green. Best incense accord I know of. Just smoky, dark, new, bold, different. All natural too. I don't know how you did this all natural, but yeah, Hyde's Hiram Green. Best accord of the year. Okay, best house, taking us into, we'll get into houses now. This is so that was my main perfume categories. I got houses and then observations. Best house, taking us in the right direction. This is something I focus on my channel all the time. Something important to me. So Rogue Perfumery, them actually putting non-effort on their packaging, to me is very important. Give people the choice. I'm not going to get into the if, ands, what's by. I've been attacked enough by effort people, but for what they're doing, I'm gonna be behind him like crazy. Major kudos to Rogue Perfumery for stepping up. I'm sure he's under fire too for it, but awesome stuff he's doing, and he's delivering old school scents, making them new again. Super cool. Best niche house overall, no surprise to anybody. Areej Dore. I mean, do I have one of them up here? I do. I'm featuring that in observations. But Areej Dore, hands down, my favorite niche house of the year with the releases that they put out in from November to November. Best distiller, very important to me. I buy oils from distillers, and they do things. So real quick, Ensar Oud, hands down. I tell people this over and over again. Yes, he is a hype guy. He's a hype machine, and you have to repass some of that. But when it comes down to it, I mean, I've bought them from so many places, Etsy's, Amazon's, anywhere I just wanted knowledge. And his oils always above them all. They always speak above them all. The scent always speaks above them all. So he is doing something right. Hands down, it's just consistency, and you can smell his passion in a bottle. And sometimes that hyperbole that he's writing just hits the mark and is perfect for it. All right. Observations, most worn fragrance of the year that I've sprayed most of. I don't even have it here anymore. The Lyric Squee Bortnikov. I've showed it many times, 19 Reasons video, many other times, but check out the review. I seem to just wear that. It's fun for me. It surprises me. I'd never pick it for me. The bubblegum cocoa powder and then oud just all together. I just catch myself wearing it a lot. This is my most, I wouldn't say most sprayed, but most days I've worn. It's an X straight, so I'm not spraying that much on because it's so powerful, but most days worn. Let's put it that way. Best presentation as a whole that I received this year. I purchased so much this year. This was a hard one, but there's Minda Tarosa Lamat again gets a shout out. Just some others that really good presentation, but these guys knock me away the most. So I really don't care about presentation. The juice has to match that. Talked about that in Dendra unboxing. If I wear it, then I go back and remember the opening of it, and that's, I knew what this was. I sampled this first, but the huge lacquered box, the big monstrous, it tilts up as you open it. Just box, like it's in 3 boxes before you even get to that fancy perfume case. And I have it way hidden in boxes today. I just want to get this video out, so my apologies for not showcasing it. Next time I do this, I'll try to showcase that presentation of Fragrance du Bois. I'm sure other people have the presentation out there, but it's immaculate what they do. For a gift, I mean, for a high-end gift, it'd be fun watching somebody open that if they love the fragrance. Best purchase of the year for me, hands down. I put this away too for my 19 Reasons. Thought I left it out. Russian Oud, the Attar. Comes in a bottle like this with a leather cap. Showed it many times. It's on my review also. best out of the box thinking perfume, Axum. And I have 3 of these. The package comes in 3. You can order them on there. You can see, so 9 ml. And just amazing what's packed in here and what a perfume can do to be dirty, to clean, to offer so much stuff in here. The goat hair, the asphalt smell, the citrus smell, the florals in it, the resins in it. It just amazing what a perfumer can do when he's not constrained. Worst blind buy of the year that I got caught with. So I think it's important to show this. Etruscan water doesn't work on my skin. Other people don't have the same reports as me, but as soon as I put it on, it's a synthetic that literally takes over my skin. If you go back to my reviews, they don't have a lot of views, and that's why. But literally, my learning composition study that I went through, I know the ingredient. I know that it just. So anybody looking for a Francesca Bianchi, I'll trade you. I'll do something with you. I'm lazy at that. Haven't done that. I am going to post it and do that with it, but just being transparent on this. That same package also had one of the best mistakes I've ever made. I actually ordered this and her other new one at the time, the Ocean, the part 2 with the Ocean one. I forget what it is, but instead got the Lover's Tell. Somehow I was going too quick. I was in a coffee shop and I had to go somewhere and I just wanted to order through and didn't realize I had the wrong one in the basket, but so glad I did. And I got a sample of the other one, the Neroli. It was Neroli with the Sex on the Beach Neroli. I think that's what it was. That's what I thought I was buying, but got Lover's Tell instead. Got the sample of the Sex on the Beach Neroli. So glad I got Lover's Tell. I absolutely love that perfume. Really thought I could have made it with the battery, but battery jump. Sorry about that. That was the last list. I missed 2 best unisex fragrance to wear with a partner. That was the second original Dore. I said that too. Wallama. I actually just got this a month ago. This thing is a Champaca balm, Champaca up front, oud in the background, tobacco in the background. Just, in my opinion, the most underrated original Dore there is. And he's making more. Easter egg. Always have Easter egg. And then I had a best designer house. So within the year of purchases, my sampling, and everything, I mean, hands down, I got it Guerlain. I have to shout that out. Just consistent, just everything they release. I ended up just getting a still on this. I'll only buy Guerlain on discount. It's so dirt cheap compared to buying it new. But I don't even want to say I got this for dirt cheap. But their core speaks for itself. What they do speaks for itself. I got what almost was my best purchase, but it was so hard to purchase, I really didn't want to put it up here, is I got their Mitsuko from the 60s. It's probably my prized possession. I was going to say prized possession, but that would stay there every year. Unless, who knows, maybe I get a Shalimar next year. But it took me a year to buy that thing. Guerlain, best design house of the year. Again, I was just more exhaustive to where I focused on compositions of old, new, everything. But hopefully I get to a place where I'm just focusing on new stuff and have more exhaustive list and good yearly list. I hope we get there. But right now I'm keeping it as to what I purchased and what I've smelled throughout the year. That's where that Guerlain comes from. And I did smell a lot this year. I smelled most houses. I didn't get to Chanel. I mean, Portland's very limited. The exclusive Chanels and Dior's. There's just nowhere to get them in Portland. So, but almost everything else I've done, or a lot of stuff. I've really put over 1,000 things to put my nose on last year. And I went through how I sample and decide if I'm going to wear something and review it on the video. Should we do the bonus about the channel? I might put this in after the credits. You'll know when you see it. All right, favorite video I did, my 4 fragrances for life. This is where I felt my own personality come out the most, where I started having creative freedom and got past being in front of the camera and whatnot. I took down my very first intro video. It really had nothing to do with like, oh, hey, I have a channel. But even if you go to my first review ever, wow, what a difference. And I think that's where I really broke free of just starting to showcase me more in videos and from there. So that for that reason, my favorite video. Score, I would retract. Okay, being honest here, the Fougere Lob by Rogue, I would not score that as high. I do regret that. I did not have a great knowledge of Fougeres at that time and have since, I mean, I really have to focus. When I focus in, I hyper focus in on something. So since then, I've hunted down classic Fougeres, own vintage Fougeres, and they're just stunning and stellar. Not that the Fougere Lob's not, but I just understand the category more. Which I missed one more award. I did Fougere. I didn't do Best Chypre. We'll do that in a second after this last one. Biggest surprise review. Well, geez, if it was last week, this answer would be different. But November to November, sent out complete. Like 2 months later, all of a sudden, it became my best video because of another girl reviewer ranting and raving about the fragrance a couple weeks after mine, and mine long-tailed off of hers. So just kind of learning the algorithm of YouTube. That's the reason. That's my surprise, but it could be. There's a few others for different reasons that would have been, but there we go. Keeping it there. In this thing, I did not do the best Chypre I purchased this year. That was hard for me because, again, I bought a lot of good stuff this year. I will not do that again this year. This year's going to be totally different. But Kolonya, I say that it brings me the most joy. That's what I ended up with. I love my most inventive Chypre, but I didn't want to start doing all these categories to put them in there. But Kolonya wins out for me for the best Chypre I purchased last year. And I don't know why. I think I have two versions of the notes. Best ingredients in a bottle. This will be a category always. Bar none, Antiquity. Again, it could be the Mitsuko, but that's a one-off. That's almost impossible to get. And I'm lucky. Even I knew I had a guarantee with the seller that if it was rancid and bad, she would take it back, no questions asked. So, I mean, I really set it up to be. It took a year because I've been burned so much on old stuff. So that's why the vintage Mitsuko is not here. But this is the closest I've smelled to that bottle. And best ingredients I purchased that more than one person can buy in a bottle. Antiquity, Areej, and Dore. They made it 3 times. I mean, the guy's doing that good of stuff that stands out, that stellar. I mean, it stands out. I'm not just saying it because of him. I mean, I smelled 1,000 things, and his stuff just stands out. Ingredients. Anyways, here's to a new year, prosperous new year. Here's to us doing new things. Here's to us smelling better perfume. Here's to us creating better perfume and expanding our knowledge. And here's to us being better people together. That's the big thing the community has done. We're going to be better people together. I don't do resolutions. My goal is to wake up tomorrow and just start doing. You just got to go. I did that with cycling like 8 years ago and it changed my life when I just changed my mentality. Resolutions don't last, but starting, even today, doing this video. And last year I started my reviewing like the week before New Year's. And it's just, if that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it today. So when I thought about it, I started channel Christmas Eve, bam, 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 and just continued through the new year. I didn't wait till the first, just go. Wake up and go. Whatever you want to change, just go. Change it. It's just a mindset. Be blessed. Here's the 2020 and seeing what next year's videos will bring. But this is all about new. This is all about new now. I'm out. Peace.